Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Ron.
Ron is back, everyone. Welcome back for more SPTV, where every day's a great day not to be in a cult. The Balake going to war intro felt appropriate. Guys, I would not blame you if you're thinking, surely this video must be a discussion about one of the many instances that already happened. There's no way this could have occurred again. And to that, I would say, please don't call me Shirley. And then I would say, yes, a protester was once again falsely arrested yesterday. And it was once again Danny, if you can even believe it. Guys, this is Danny's channel. You can find him. His handle is at Danny's Impact. You can see his links right here on his channel. Please support Danny any way that you can and any way that you choose to. I'm going to show you multiple clips from multiple angles from multiple different channels. Scientology has sent out a particular counter-protester. I'm going to call him an elderly gentleman. I can't tell exactly how old he is, but he's easily over 60. This is an intentional move on Scientology's part. I'm going to show you the incident that he was arrested for, and then I'm going to show you the arrest footage itself. But what I'm not going to show you, because it spans too much time, is how much time this counter-protester spent hanging around the protesters in various locations on L. Ron Hubbard Way and Fountain Avenue. And I'm going to show you the footage from different angles so you can see just how clearly this protester went out of his way to initiate a physical confrontation with Danny so that he could then call the police. Danny was arrested and charged with a hate crime. Now, I'm going to start this video by saying it is my personal wish as a friend and as a supporter and as a fan of what Danny's doing. It's my personal wish that he would try a little bit harder to avoid confrontations. That is not a criticism. It is a wish because I care for Danny and I care for his fiancée and I want him to have as much success as possible. I cannot imagine he enjoys spending nights in jail. Danny is still in jail, to the best of my knowledge. If anyone knows otherwise, please let me know in the comments section and I will share here. So this is Danny's channel. Here's the first clip that I'm going to share with you. This clip, let me get my face out of the way here a little bit. This clip is on Danny's channel. This is his vantage point of the incident that he was arrested for. Now, this is the least charitable angle because you don't have the benefit of the perspective, but let's just take a look at this.
Buddy, get out the way. Get out the way, buddy.
Okay, now look, the problem is Scientology will file a complaint if they walk onto their property, and that grass to the right is Scientology's property. That protester is very intentionally blocking the sidewalk. Now, somebody could argue Danny could walk to his left. Somebody could argue Danny could just walk onto the grass. But what you would be missing is that this is a Scientology counter-protester there sent specifically to initiate a confrontation. Now, you might say, well, that's why they should go out of their way to avoid a confrontation. But at the same time, you can make an argument for both sides on this, right? They need to hold, the Scientologists need to be held accountable for following the laws as well. So let's see what happens here.
Excuse us.
Get out the way, buddy.
Pardon. We can go around him, though. Oh, yeah, we're not allowed to be on those grass. Excuse us.
Sir,
Thank
get out the
you,
way,
pardon.
please.
You're blocking the way, sir.
Do not fucking relax.
You just assaulted.
Okay, the 3 seconds that just occurred is what Danny was arrested for. Now, because you can't see in this angle what the guy did with his scooter, and because you can't see what Danny is doing with his hands, that's why I say this is the least charitable angle, because you can't exactly tell what was going on. Now I'm going to show you Danny's fiance's, the footage on the channel of Danny's fiance, Leah. And here is her channel. And here's her vantage point of the exact same incident.
Buddy, get out the way. You're blocking the sidewalk.
Excuse us.
Get out the way, buddy.
Pardon. We can go around him, though. Oh, yeah, we're not allowed to be on the grass. Excuse us.
Sir,
Thank
get out the
you.
way, please.
Pardon. You're blocking the way, sir.
Okay, now this was a better angle. There's an even better angle from the TikTok account of Hollywood Aja. Aja, Aja, apologies. I always say your name wrong. Aja, Hollywood Aja. Now, what I love about Leah's angle, you can very clearly see Danny did not lay a finger on the guy. Danny grabbed the neck of the guy's scooter and yanked it out of the way of hitting him. That was very obvious. Keep in mind, guys, Danny was charged with a hate crime. And the guy that's a Scientologist, you're going to see momentarily, he walks, actually, I don't think I have this clip. He walks into the Scientology building. And he said Danny was trying to steal his scooter. I kid you not. He said Danny was trying to steal his scooter, and Danny was charged with a hate crime. Okay, let me get Aja's channel up here. And here is Aja's shot. Let's take a look at it.
As you can see, we were walking on the sidewalk and this old man Scientology member came outside to antagonize us. Danny asked him to please let us walk through, and he decided to run Danny over right here. And Danny simply defended himself by pushing it away.
I have to show it again. It is so good. This is the only angle where you can clearly see that this guy took his scooter and jammed it right at Danny, which in any other context would have been considered battery in its own right. It was obviously intentional. He wasn't trying to get by. He literally took his scooter and jammed it right at Danny, which makes more sense when you see how quickly Danny responded by grabbing the scooter and pulling it out of the way. If you're just watching Danny's angle, it looks like an overreaction. If you watch this angle, it makes perfect sense.
And he was shaking, and he went back inside Scientology.
Oh, I meant to rewind. Hold on. Here we go.
Guys, as you can see, we were walking on the sidewalk, and this old man Scientology member came outside to antagonize us. Danny asked him to please let us walk through, and he decided to run Danny over right here.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I know you guys can see it. I just have to show it again because, again, the other angles make it look like, oh, this poor confused old man is just trying to get by a bunch of angry protesters. No, man, this is a Scientology operation. This is a Scientology operation. One more time.
Guys, as you can see, we were walking on the sidewalk, and this old man Scientology member came outside to antagonize us. Danny asked him to please let us walk through, and he decided to run Danny over right here.
Wow.
And Danny,
thank God Aja got that angle, because I would be worried that the other angles aren't clear enough to actually show what really happened. This is why it's important. And I know it's not always possible. Like, you always want more people, but it's important that if protesters are out there filming, they have people filming them and people filming the people filming them. I know it's not always possible, but it is something that the Hollywood protesters have almost routinely been able to do because of how many of them there are. You'll notice that there are always people following William Good, and there's always people following the people who are following William Good. That is the best way to go. Now I want to show you the footage of the actual arrest. See, because I didn't watch all of these streams yesterday. It seemed to me that the protesters, someone must have informed the protesters that the police were called. I do believe someone is able to hear the police traffic and the phone calls or the scanner or whatever, because as soon as the police showed up, Danny actually seemed to be expecting them, which I haven't had a chance to ask them how that happened, but I think you'll notice the same thing. Okay, once again, first I'm going to show you the footage from Danny's own channel. Here we go.
Right there.
Oh. Y'all get ready. Hey. Here. Here. All right, boss. What do you do?
As soon as someone saw a police car coming, they knew what was happening. Leah is in the chat and she says, someone informed me in my chat that the police were coming to arrest him. Amazing. Thank you for being in here, Leah. Great to see you. Okay, the next angle that I want to show you is actually Leah's angle, as you would expect. It is a better angle, just because of the perspective. So here we go.
Popo right there. I think they're staring at you. What for? Really, guys? What for this time?
Can you back up? That's fine. You can film all you want. Just back up a little bit.
It's all on film. Hey,
Back up.
I'm his wife.
but listen, it's all on film.
Okay. That's fine.
Multiple.
Yeah.
Danny, we got you. It's fine. There's multiple views. This is his fiance, so she's
Okay.
so. But there's multiple views of the video from all of us.
How can this happen? We just saw what occurred. I guess the one question I don't know the answer to is, did anyone actually call the police to report the Scientologist for either battery or attempted battery on Danny? I actually just don't know. How can they just they just literally jumped out of their car and threw him in cuffs? How is it possible? How are they not even able to ask for a video of what occurred? I just don't know.
Actually, Danny and Leah both have the closest one.
What the fuck are you guys doing now?
Okay, so that's DOA showing up. And okay, let me see. Okay, the last thing that I want to share with you guys is a community post from Jessica Palmadessa's channel. And actually, before I do that, let me just show you one more time Danny's channel, Danny's YouTube channel. If you just search Danny, you'll probably have trouble finding it. But if his handle is at Danny's Impact, you can support him on his channel. He's got his links posted to his channel where you can support him as well. And I do see someone is in the chat saying that Danny called the police for the old guy. Mena, good to see you, Mena. Danny called the police. Let me see. Cara Feeble says Danny did call. And about an hour later, the police called Danny's phone. Lori Plays, who is a former member of the sheriff's office and one of my moderators, good to see you, Lori, says they asked for 0 witness statements. Wow. 0 das hero. Danny called after he found out the old man called on him. Oh, and Leah says, Danny called 911 after I was notified that the police were on their way to arrest him. It is absolutely unbelievable. Okay, let me share with you guys a community post from Jessica Palmadessa, who I still need to do an interview with on my channel. I am feeling better now, so I'm going to get Confident Chris and Jessica on my channel ASAP. Okay, Jessica says, action. Contact all news about what's been going on with the Scientology protesters, LAPD, every day. And she gives contact info for KTLA, NBCLA, LA Times, KCAL, New York Times. And guys, I'm gonna copy and paste her community tab onto her community post onto my community tab. But I wanted to share this with you from her tab. And you can find Jessica's channel at Jessica Palmadessa. She says, watch streams from today. And she says, Nerd Report, Supportive Leah, Scientology Audit, Tao Hyun. Daily false reports on protesters with swattings and false fire calls. Daily assaults on protesters with police refusing to take reports or make arrests. False arrests of protesters. Scientology calls escalated, yet protesters' calls can't get assistance. Refusal of permits for a safe protest. Saturday, we witnessed approximately 20 protesters fall victims to 1 SWAT call, 2 false fire calls, 1 arrest of a protester for no reason with proof on 4 live streams. Okay. 2 assaults on protesters with injuries and a weapon. Police didn't make arrest. No ambulance sent. It's getting out of control, you guys. Now, to an extent, Me doing this video and protesting this and broadcasting this is accomplishing what Scientology wants to accomplish, which is making it feel dangerous and unsafe for protesters to go out and do this. But I'm doing it anyway, because showing everyone how the Scientology is weaponizing the LAPD. Are there some people who would be scared off from protesting by seeing what's happening? Sure. But by showing what's happening, what does it accomplish? It makes sure that the protesters that do go out there are going out there with informed consent, are going out there with the knowledge already that there's a potential Scientology is going to weaponize the local police force against them, and they're going out there anyway. They're prepared, they understand the risk, and hopefully they understand as much as possible how to mitigate that risk and how to deal with it when it happens. So by broadcasting what Scientology is doing, hopefully what we are doing is creating a Scientology intimidation resistant strain of protester. That's what I'm hoping to accomplish. So we're not going to cover up things like this when it happens. We're going to broadcast it as far and wide as possible. First of all, it's pure police corruption. It's pure police intimidation. The police already know who these protesters are. The police know these protesters are not vandalizing anything. They're not causing any harm to property. They're not physically, they're not intimidating anyone. They're not hurting anyone. They're not assaulting anyone. They're not battering anyone, and never have, not even once. And yet they still show up in force. They still show up and do this without taking any witness statements, as Lori Place pointed out. It's corruption, it's intimidation, and we're going to keep protesting anyway. So keep it up, guys. Just keep it up. Okay. My goodness, we got more members here. Our widow, thank you. Southern Mimi, thank you. Mark Nichols, thank you. Fizzy, thank you very much, guys. Stay tuned. Me and Will are still trying to connect for our interview. I really, really hope that we can connect. So stay tuned, guys. Hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye.